Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive. This time we're taking a look at BongoHive's March newsletter.
Okay.
And this one is really focused on celebrating Women's Month. The theme this year is for all women and girls, rights, equality,
Yeah.
empowerment.
Yeah.
So lots to unpack here. We've got some great stories of women-led startups. We're going to get a little peek into BongoHive's AI lab and even hear about a shout-out they got from a French minister.
Oh, wow.
Sounds pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to dive into it. I think, it's really great to see how BongoHive is really pushing to support women in tech, but also getting the word out globally about what Zambia's startup ecosystem is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we just jump right in? Let's start with the Standard Chartered Women in Technology Incubator,
Oh,
SCWYT. I think over 150 women entrepreneurs have gone through this program,
wow.
which is incredible. And they've gotten gets $200,000 in seed capital,
That's amazing.
electively, yeah. So it's not just about the money, though.
Right. Yeah, the mentorship and the resources that a program like that provides are so important. And when you look at some of the businesses that have come out of that, those women-led businesses, you can see that the program has played a huge role in their success.
Totally. And in the newsletter, they actually highlighted 4 entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And they all are tackling these problems in such different and cool ways. We've got Mwichi Mukoma. She's with Green Giraffe Zambia. She makes healthy snacks and focuses on sustainability.
Interesting.
And then there is Wanganji Boa, and her company is Mighty Fin. And they are using AI to make financial services more accessible.
Wow, that's amazing. It's great to see AI being used in such a practical way.
Yeah, very cool.
And not just in finance either. BongoHive has their own AI lab. And I think it's really interesting that they are working with the World Bank to see how AI can change things in agriculture and healthcare in Zambia.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, think about the potential there for food security and healthcare access. What really stood out to you about this collaboration?
Well, I think that it's great that they are focusing on making sure that these AI solutions will actually help the communities they're supposed to help.
Right.
It's not just about developing fancy technology. It's about making sure that Zambians have the skills and ability to lead the way in developing and using AI.
Yeah, for sure. That's so important. But speaking of global connections, BongoHive had a visit from a French minister this month.
Right.
Oh,
It was the French minister delegate for Francophonie and international partnerships,
okay.
Thani Mohamed Soilihi, and he seems really impressed with what BongoHive is doing for Zambia's startup scene.
Oh, wow.
And it sounds like France is ready to support this growing ecosystem.
That's exciting. He even gave a shout out to Dunia Healthcare,
Yeah.
which is a startup that's using tech to get people in Zambia better access to medicine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
awesome to see these really innovative solutions getting noticed on a global level.
I agree. It shows that people are becoming more aware of the amazing potential in African tech. And I think this visit connects well with BongoHive's partnership with Digital Africa, which also shows how much international support is growing for African startups.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like there's some serious momentum building here.
Yeah.
But the newsletter also talked about this thing called the execution gap.
Yeah, the execution gap.
Um,
That's something a lot of startups have trouble with.
right.
They may have an amazing idea, but then they can't actually turn that vision into a successful business.
Makes sense.
The newsletter mentioned these 4 key things that are important to fix that: strategy, funding, team building, and digital transformation.
Okay, let's break that down a bit. Strategy seems like the first thing you have to figure out. Having a plan, knowing who you are targeting, making sure your business model works,
Right.
but then you need to get funding too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's not just about getting money. It's about using it the right way and making sure you can grow steadily. A lot of startups fail because they don't really understand their finances.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have to build a good team.
Right.
Having the right people with the right skills and the right attitude, that's so important to make it all work. And these days, digital transformation is a must.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Startups have to use technology to make their work easier, to reach their customers, and to keep up with the competition.
Absolutely.
But what does that actually look like?
Yeah.
Can you give us some examples of what that means in real life?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at how some of these Zambian startups are using digital tools and platforms to make themselves successful. Well, we were just talking about Dunia Healthcare.
Right.
They're using a mobile platform so patients can connect with pharmacies.
Oh, okay.
And that makes it way easier for people in more remote areas to get the medicine they need.
Yeah.
That's a great example of digital transformation actually making a difference.
That's a really smart way to use tech.
Yeah.
And it's not just about having an app or something, right? It's about
Yeah.
using data, using the cloud, even social media to do things better and reach more customers.
Exactly. And the newsletter shows how BongoHive is helping startups learn about these digital tools and giving them the resources to use them
Yeah.
through workshops, mentoring, and even putting them in touch with investors.
Oh, that's cool. Speaking of resources, they've got some great stuff coming up.
Yeah.
There's a webinar called Introduction to Business Compliance,
Mm-hmm.
and it's run by Malama Wheela, who is BongoHive's finance specialist.
Oh, no.
I think that sounds super useful for anyone who's starting a business.
Definitely. Getting compliance right from the beginning will save you so much trouble later. It's not just about avoiding fines or anything. It's about being trustworthy
Yeah.
and building that credibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great that BongoHive is putting this kind of guidance out there.
Right.
It shows that they are serious about helping these startups be successful.
For sure. And they also have the Intent Internship Program, which is now in its 5th round.
Oh.
It connects organizations that are doing work in clean tech, circular economy, education, or biodiversity with interns.
I love this program.
Yeah.
It's so smart. Organizations get new ideas and help for their projects, and the interns get amazing experience.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
For sure. It's all about getting that next generation of innovators ready to go.
Exactly. And it shows how BongoHive acts as this connector, bringing the whole ecosystem together to collaborate and share what they know. You know, what's really impressive to me is how many different things BongoHive is doing. It's not just about tech, it's about making a positive impact, about sustainability, and about helping people reach their full potential.
It really feels like they've made this space where innovation can thrive.
Yeah.
They're bringing together entrepreneurs, mentors, investors, and even partners from other countries. And they do it all with this big focus on being inclusive and empowering women.
I agree. This March newsletter really shows that it's like a snapshot of this energetic ecosystem full of creativity.
Yeah.
And everyone is committed to making things better. And it's all happening in Zambia.
It's really amazing to see what BongoHive is doing, not just in Zambia, but globally.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what they'll do next.
I know, right?
Like, what other awesome ideas and partnerships will come from this?
Yeah, it feels like we are just seeing the beginning.
Right.
There's so much potential, and this newsletter is just a little taste.
For sure.
If anyone listening is interested, they should really check out the whole newsletter on BongoHive's website.
Yeah, good idea.
There's so much information there. You can read about the entrepreneurs and learn about the newest things happening in tech.
It's like a guide.
Yeah.
All these exciting things.
Exactly.
Before we finish up, what's the one thing you hope people will take away from this?
I think the main thing is that Zambia's startup scene is exciting and innovative and full of possibilities.
Yeah.
And BongoHive is a big part of making that happen.
Right.
They are creating a place where anyone with a good idea and the energy to make it work can find support.
It's so important.
Whether you want to start a business, you're already an investor, or you just love how innovation can make a difference, there's a place for you in this.
Well said. So to everyone listening, if you are feeling inspired, don't just sit there.
Yeah, get involved.
Go check out the newsletter, connect with BongoHive, and see how you can be part of this. You might be the next big innovator.
Exactly. And remember, this deep dive is just the start.
Yes.
Keep looking into things, keep learning, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible.
That's it for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into BongoHive's March newsletter. We'll see you next time. Stay curious.